We have been using the system for probably 8 years. In the beginning, we primarily used it where staff would document their daily notes, do documentation on their outcomes, things like that. What we have found as we've learned more about the system is, there's lots of other elements to it that really help provide us visibility into the home and control of the home to help us with budgeting, even though we're not actually in the home. A couple examples. There's part of the system where you can enter in the shifts for each home. You can identify there should be one staff from say 4 to 5, 2 staff between 5 and 8, and if they're out of ratio, if they're short one staff or they have a staff too many, you can actually have the system send text alerts letting you know the home and when the either too many staff or not enough staff showed up. That way you can contact the home, contact the supervisor, and figure out what's wrong. And it may just be a clock in, clock out error, but at least you can fix that and keep the home closer to being in budget. Another part of the system that I like is being able to run different reports. It can be difficult to stay connected to the homes if you get information way after the fact. We are finding that with this system, we can see and have more visibility into the home and what's going on or not going on, so that ultimately we provide better services. For example, we use the bowel movement charting quite heavily. As we know in this field, those with bowel movement issues we need to monitor very closely. So every other day we run a bowel movement on about 10 individuals that we know are high risk, and we can see if they've had bowel movements or if they haven't. We can also see if staff are not documenting. But at that point, whatever the action is that is required, we can take that here from the office. We don't have to go into the home and look through a book to see if something was written down. We can run that report within a matter of 20, 30 seconds. It's really quite easy to run. About a month ago, 2 months ago, we started working to get the system connected with our pharmacy so that we can start introducing the electronic EMR system. What I'm hoping is, again, increase our visibility, because when you're only in the home, 3 to 4 times a month, it's easy for, if there's a med error or maybe a med wasn't refilled, when there's potential for mistake, if we can catch that while sitting here in the office, not physically having to drive around town to the homes, again, we can provide better services and better training and retraining for the staff who are working. Probably the final part that we have really utilized is the med error tracking system. With this, we can run reports that will show us, is there issues in a particular home? Are there issues with a particular staff? We can find if there's a staff person, is that a staff person that needs retrained? Why are they making multiple errors? But this has, over time as we've been using this, has reduced the number of errors, both actual and documentation errors, because we have that visibility and we have the ability then at that point to know where to put our resources as far as training so that errors are ultimately reduced. I like most that we can keep our homes within budget with this system.